coach. 2 exhibitions in the books. How are you feeling about the preseason schedule and how you guys did in those 2 games?
Very well. I feel like the exhibitions are a good test run for us. I have one more coming up this week, but it just gives us a great idea of the things that we think we're doing well, and really highlights and showcases the things we need to work on. And so the video doesn't lie, so we watch a little bit with our team and really try to emphasize some of those points.
What are some of the things that you've noticed that you guys do need to work on at this point?
We made big strides from the first game to the second. We didn't rebound very well in our first exhibition game. We didn't not only rebound, but we didn't what we call tag, go and touch the body, keep our player off, and then go to get it. And then the second one we did very well and out-rebounded Simpson by quite a bit. But it's more important to make that effort to go rebound. So I thought that's something that we addressed. And then just overall intensity and on defense and playing every possession like it's the last, especially at the defensive end.
And I'm sure that at this point you guys are testing out who works well with who. Talk about how you guys are trying to mix in the girls and see which group really does well together.
Right, we are pretty deep, and so it's a great asset, I guess, for our team. But we throw different groups out there in practice and in games. We try to rotate quickly and keep people fresh and really hope that when they're out there they're able to go full speed and 100%. But I think it is important to kind of look at who plays well together and trying to highlight those areas as well.
And so there are a lot of new faces. Who are some of the girls that have really impressed you so far that are coming off the bench or transferring in?
New. We do have quite a few new. We have 5 new transfers and a few freshmen that are new as well. So it's really hard to pick 1 or 2. But Ajay Foster has really shown a lot for us. Obviously, in the last game, I think she had a double-double. But she is beastie on the boards. She really goes and gets it for us, and isn't that big, isn't that tall, but has a great nose for the ball and is competitive and aggressive to go rebound. And that's something that we needed in a key area, and is also a good scorer. And then, gosh, there's a bunch of them that are really doing well. Nika Perrier is another transfer that has ability to score and is a playmaker for us, and they're all still trying to learn the system and learn what's going on, but hopefully we can get them all on the same page and understand what we expect and what this conference is all about.
What do you want to see from your team in this final exhibition game before you guys keep going?
We really want to use it as a test drive for next week. We open up with 2 powerhouses in the West region, and so we need to use our game on Saturday, treat it like a game and really be focused and play hard and play with the intensity that we need to be ready to play for next week with Western Washington and Seattle Pacific.
That's right. Coach, I noticed you had a lot of balance offensively. Which area I noticed you were able to score well inside the paint as well as on the perimeter. Which area do you feel is your stronger suit?
They're pretty balanced. We like you said, it's we can do a little bit of both. I think that with Megan was in a little bit of foul trouble inside, and we didn't score as much as far as to the post position, but we have a lot of people that can get to the paint and either finish for themselves or find people to dump to. But I think we have a pretty good balance actually for both. I couldn't really choose one.
And defensively, I noticed you defended the paint very well, but you do allow some shots out on the perimeter. How are you going to improve on that?
Right, it's just working on our rotations and we had size advantage, I think, against Simpson, and so we were able to keep the ball out of the inside. Their game plan wasn't to get it inside, I don't think, too much, so it wasn't like they were pounding us in there, which will happen next weekend. So it's working hard to not let them get it in, and then just having better reaction time and playing better together to rotate once the ball comes in or once somebody drives and you have to help. I think our overall team defense on rotations needs to improve a little bit.
And those 3 GNAC schools, Seattle Pacific, Western Washington, Western Oregon, what challenges do they bring? Because I know those GNAC schools are perennial powers.
Yeah. Right, we have those 3 coming up in the next few weeks, and they're all good. They typically, and when you play GNAC teams, they're very deep. They are usually pretty big inside. We usually can match up with their inside game. you know, in our first groups, but then they're pretty deep. You know, they'll have 4, 5, 6 people over or 6 foot, and so their size, their physicality, their aggressiveness, those are the things that usually those teams really bring, and they have a lot of experience. You know, they especially Western teams this year, they came back and won the GNAC tournament at the end of the year. They were very young when we played them last year early, and then they came back and won the conference tournament at the end. So, and a very tough conference. So, you know, they just have players that have experience and that are back.
And over the last couple of years, I've noticed you brought in a lot of like JC recruits, Megan Shields, Chrissy Wilcox last year. You've had a couple more, 2, 3 this year. Was your experience coaching at Butte, way back when, that really helped you kind of learn the talent pool in the junior college level in California to help you recruit from?
It did a little bit. I think, you know, it's been 10 years, so obviously I don't rely on it as far as what players are still there, but I have a lot of contacts, so that helps, having coached there. And then recognizing what type of player will be successful in our conference is huge, because our conference is really tough and really competitive, and I think, you know, there's a lot of really good players out there, but to be competitive in our conference, you know, there's only a few of the elite players that are really going to make impacts, and that's what we try to bring in. We don't bring in JC kids that are going to have to sit and learn things, because you know, we kind of don't want to fill roster spots with those, because they're usually ready to play and want to play. So we try to bring in a few here and there, and we've had more the last few years than we have in the past, and it's just kind of the way it's gone with recruiting. You know, you miss out on a freshman, and then you get a junior transfer or whatnot. So it is good.
And has that made a difference, not just for you guys, but for other teams in the conference, to be able to dig down into that JC well and to get players who can help fill an immediate need?
Yeah, there's certain teams in our conference that tend to recruit more of the JC kids, and we were fortunate, and especially in the class this year that we got, they were all recruited by everyone in our conference, and so we were pretty fortunate to be able to get them up here, and we think they're a pretty strong crop.
All right.
Let's go.